So my house is almost 100 years old, and the floors definitely have a lot of character. These are the original pine floorboards, so they're softer than a lot of modern hardwoods. So I try to keep them protected as much as possible with area rugs. But if you've ever bought an area rug, you know that they can be very expensive. So I've been looking into, affordable, durable rugs that still look really well made and still fit my style. And the name Nourison came up a bunch, so I decided to order one of their rugs to test it out. So Nourison's been around since 1980, and they sell both area rugs and like wall-to-wall carpet to both consumers and commercial clients. They also have some home goods and stuff. If you are a regular everyday consumer like me, you can browse all of their designs on their website, but you actually can't buy their rugs directly from them. That being said, they sell them pretty much anywhere I would think of first to go to for a rug like this. I've seen them at Amazon, Wayfair, Home Depot, Lowe's, Target, Bed Bath & Beyond. They sell them all over online, and then there's actually a page on their website where they'll give you a map of all of the brick and mortar locations, a lot of those big box stores near you that carry their designs as well. So really, really easy to find, even if the brand isn't something you're necessarily familiar with. One thing that I really appreciate about Nourison is how wide of a selection they have. They have, traditional and kind of vintage inspired patterns. They've got all the abstract prints, the boho designs, the really kind of natural looking rugs, and then a huge variety of pet friendly, kid friendly, waterproof, washable designs as well. Pretty much every rug they carry comes in a bunch of different sizes. So you can get the little accent rugs. They have, runners for hallways and kitchens. They have every size area rug you can think of, pretty much anything you could want. And then they also have a huge variety of different materials and textures. There's really soft, easy to clean synthetics. They have 100% wool rugs. They have different pile heights. And then they also do custom rugs. So you can pick one of their designs and customize the shape of it. If you have an awkwardly shaped room, you can customize the size, some of the finishing details like the edges and stuff like that. And then they also pair with a lot of different designers to come up with some of their prints and their styles. The price of Nourison's rugs scales with the material used, the craftsmanship. Some are machine woven, some are hand knotted. Obviously the size. They have, some smaller rugs for less than $100. And then they also have heirloom wool hand knotted rugs that reach up into the several $1,000s range. For an 8x10 big, living room size area rug like this one, most of them sit in that comfortable kind of $300 to $600 range, which I think is super affordable for something that size. But it's also worth checking all of those other sites I mentioned before. If you go based on the website listed, the MSRP listed on the Nourison website, you'll probably find them for cheaper at places like Amazon, Home Depot, Wayfair. I found a lot of the rugs I searched for 30 to even 60% off for the exact same rug at some of those sites. And that's probably where you're gonna be buying them from anyway. So shop around a little bit once you pick your design. Anyway, so I ordered a rug from Nourison that I liked, and here it is. This was called the Natural Texture Rug in Ivory Beige. It's just under 8 by 10 feet. I think it's 7 foot 10 inches by 9 foot 10 inches. And it's listed for $349. It shipped really quickly and was rolled in just thick, clear plastic with little fabric-y, shower cap looking end caps to protect the edges. Really easy to, just cut the plastic and unroll it. And it had a little bit of a clean carpet smell when I unrolled it. But it didn't have any of that super chemically off-gassing that you sometimes get with stuff like this. It felt like my house smelled like the carpets had just been washed or something. every time I walked in for the first day or so, and then it dissipated. So the rug that I got is 100% polyester, machine made in Turkey, which I think is part of why it was, you know, only 350 bucks for a giant rug. I like that they share all that information up front on their website too. When you're choosing, it's like really easy to see. And I wasn't looking for like a fancy, like heirloom, like thousands of dollars rug for this space, because this is my living room and it's pretty high traffic. You know, we're walking on this rug all day when we're coming in and out. It's Okotex certified, so it means that it's free from harmful chemicals. And it's super soft, which is good because I'm sitting on the floor right now. I like to sit on the floor in front of my coffee table on nights when I am eating dinner and watching a movie. Don't tell me you haven't done that before. This particular rug is spot clean only. I like that it's got like a little variation in the texture and the color, so it's pretty good at hiding dirt. But they do carry a lot of washable rugs too, if that's something you're interested in. I'm not a washable rug girl. I'm happy to just like spot clean and vacuum rather than, you know, pick up a whole area rug and try to like hose it down. But I know a lot of families with pets and stuff do like washable, and they have a ton of washable options, which I thought was really nice. I've had this rug for weeks now and it hasn't shown any sign of wear or anything. Like I said, this is a very high traffic area in my home. I vacuumed it multiple times with both like a regular vacuum cleaner and we have a Roomba that will go over it, and no issues at all. The fibers have just like a slight sheen to them when you get your face really up close to it, which I was worried was going to make it look a little bit cheap, but it's not at all noticeable. When you're even from seated, like my eyesight's not that bad from seated right now, I don't even notice it. I don't know if you can even see on the camera with the light hitting it. It doesn't look like overly like shiny or synthetic to me, which is like honestly the only thing I was really worried about with this rug. I'm honestly really impressed by the quality of this rug for the price. I've seen, you know, way cheaper looking rugs at places like Target and, you know, although they're home good stores that cost several $100s more than this one did for the same size. You know, some of those like I said, multi-$1,000 like heirloom rugs are, you know, undeniably gorgeous, but that doesn't really do you any good if, you know, your dog pukes on it or you spill coffee on it. I think this is a really good option for, you know, a high traffic area or something you don't feel like you have to be too precious about it. You know, it doesn't feel disposable. If I'm expecting this to last me for years, but if something were to happen to it, I'm, you know, not out one to several mortgage payments over it, which is nice. It seems like Nourison puts a lot of really thoughtful attention to detail into their designs. This particular rug has a combination of cut and looped fibers, which gives it this like really nice kind of natural looking texture. It's also got like really clean serged edges. This one doesn't have any sort of rubber non-slip backing, but it does have a textured back, so it hasn't, you know, it doesn't go anywhere. It's like a little bit, there's a little bit of weight to it too. Plus obviously I've got furniture on it that really holds it in place, but corners lay flat. Some of their rugs do have, you know, rubber backing, and like I said, just like with like the materials and how it's made and everything, all of that is listed right up front on the website, so it makes it really, really easy to search for something like that if that's what you're looking for. I think you could probably compare Nourison to companies like Ruggable or Safavia. You know, they all kind of hit that like affordable, accessible, you know, rugs for real people price point with like a lot of different variety of designs, a ton of washable styles. I think I prefer Nourison's designs to those competitors. I think they have a lot more rugs that look more expensive than they are. Like I think that this one looks more expensive than it is. Even if they're not. Safavias are a little bit thinner. They don't have as much of like the high pile. Ruggable really leans into the very colorful washable, and they have their like multi step system where they have, you know, their rugs that have like the mat that you kind of like click the top rug into. So if you're into that, it's a good option. But if you're just looking for like a really nice looking washable rug, I still think that Nourison's probably gonna have you covered there. My only real complaint about Nourison is just that you can't shop directly from their site, which I think is kind of confusing. I was able to find pretty much any rug that I was looking for at a bunch of those third-party sites though. But if you're looking for one that's less popular, you might have to hunt around a little bit more. You might have to even call the company directly for help sourcing it. I'm not sure. That said, all of those third-party sites did sell their rugs for cheaper than the MSRP, so it's kind of a trade-off there. Anyway, if you're in the market for a new rug, I definitely recommend Nourison. I think they have a ton of options. I think it's great value for the money. If you are someone who wants to like see and feel a rug in person, check out the like store locator thing that they have on their website. Otherwise, online shopping worked perfectly fine for me. It shipped really fast, very painless, very easy. I would shop around a little bit though to get the best deal once you pick the rug that you want. If you've tried a Nourison rug or if you have another brand you swear by, let me know in the comments. I'm always on the lookout for more good finds. I have several more rooms in this old house that need area rugs, so let me know. And thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.